It's still showing the countdown, guys, so we'll wait until this countdown is up.
Okay.
Good night, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Peaches and Dream Podcast. What's up? What's up?
Shut up.
You can hear me? Because you know how the
go.
sound likes to be acting up as soon as the live kicks in.
What sound is acting up? The girl, this new MacBook, nothing should be acting up.
You said what time is it?
I said this new MacBook, nothing should be acting up. That's why I bought it.
Oh, no. I was talking about, sometimes my Bluetooth starts to act funny and all of this stuff as soon as we go live.
Okay, so I do hear a little bit of static. You be having your little Bluetooth fan?
Yeah, I have Bluetooth now. I'm just going to take it off. This way is off and out the way.
Yep.
I don't need no
eruption.
Up, you.
Okay, can you hear me now? All right, everybody. How y'all doing? Make sure you leave a comment on this Friday, April the 16th?
Whatever.
Oh, yes, Friday, April the 16th. All right, so we're coming, it's been, 2 weeks since you guys last seen us? Because I think it was the Friday before last where we actually were on here live. Peaches is at work, so you guys know how it goes. So I'm going to try to hold it down for y'all as best I can. But, since we were gone, a lot has happened. So some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today includes DMX. As you guys know, he recently passed away. So rest in peace to DMX, New York's very own. The interesting part is that I was actually in Brooklyn April 3rd through April 12th or April 11th or 12th or somewhere around there. But for what I understand, April the 3rd was when DMX actually was admitted into the hospital, from what I understand. And in Brooklyn, there was everybody out with their motorcycles and their four-wheelers. They was popping wheelies. They had I want to say it was on Fulton Street. They had the whole Fulton Street full of bikes for 3 lights straight. It was so crazy. I got an actual snap. I got a video of that. They was going hard for DMX in New York.
Video.
It's interesting because I honestly wasn't even thinking at the time in which it was happening. Oh yeah, I didn't realize it was for DMX. I was like, damn, this is a lot of motorcycles. There's a lot of motorcycles and four-wheelers. And then that's when everybody starts saying DMX is in the hospital or whatever. And I had seen this meme too that also let me know that this was definitely for DMX, because this person was like, oh, they was like, y'all New Yorkers kill me. They was like, DMX is in the hospital. Y'all go home and pray. Don't be on the roads with y'all motorcycles. Da da da. So then I was like, oh, so that's why
that's their whole thing. There's actually a Rough Riders motorcycle group. So what the hell?
Exactly, the Rough Riders. That's who. That's what. It's crazy because they was like, that's the Rough Riders. I'm trying to see if I can find the video because we actually went to go pick up my daughter's birthday cake that day. Oh.
Hey, that's the one I saw.
I know that's right. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's up.
And mind you, this video was a minute long, but trust me, it started long before that and it finished long after that. But they was out there popping their wheelies, everything. So that was basically, from what I understand, that was the Rough Riders. That's what I was hearing. They was it was mad cars and they didn't care. They was just doing their thing, cutting through traffic as usual. You know how people ride motorcycles be.
Of course.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So, rest in peace to DMX. We lost a great one.
Okay, so let's get into the numerology.
Oh, the day that he actually was admitted into the hospital. Like, I didn't even pay attention to that 4-3-2-1. You know, I really didn't even notice that until you mentioned it to me earlier. 4-3-2-1. That's crazy.
And he was on a song called 4-3-2-1 with Swiss Beats and LL Cool J, and yeah. Okay, so there's something else. Oh, okay. Let me share the screen. You know, this little MacBook, I can probably do it without, you know, without any difficulty. Let me go ahead. Share screen. Come on now.
But yeah, man, I'm just looking at Google as the official date of death is April the 9th, by the way.
Yep, April 9th. Do you see it on the screen?
Okay, yeah, I see.
Okay, so DMX
Who is that?
That's Lil Nas X. See, Lil Nas X ties in. Oh, so you know Lil Nas X, he got his name from DMX, right?
I didn't know that, but that's interesting. That's
not
interesting.
like he didn't like DMX didn't name him, but he got his name because Lil Wayne, Nas, and DMX are his 3 favorite rappers. So Lil Nas X.
You know, it's so crazy because originally what he went as before that was the Mirage, the Nas Mirage or something. And the thing about it is that that's also because he was like a big Nicki fan, and I guess because he probably wanted to make himself more masculine. You know how you say feminized? What's the other word? You know, the opposite.
Yeah, he wanted to make himself more masculine. Masculine, yeah.
Like make himself more masculine, because I can't find a similar word for feminized. But anyway,
because I don't know why everybody was so shocked that, you know, he came out and said he was gay. Like, we could tell that. But
you know what? Being that we're speaking on Lil Nas X, I heard that they took his song down. That's crazy, right?
Yes. Look, here's the thing. And I forgot to mention this. It may not have been his intention to make it seem like he's worshiping the devil, but when we were talking about frequencies and what you put out there, it may not have been your intention, but that's
it was perceived that way.
Exactly.
Yes,
so you're trying to say one thing, but you know, it's not the wavelength that, you know, your message is on. You have a whole devil imagery on your damn music video, and you're twerking in his face, and you have all the symbolism. Mute.
No, sis, I was listening to you speak, but listen. It's the sliding down the pole to give the devil a lap dance for me. That's what it is. It's like, you know, a lot of people do demonic shit, or they might make a video that's like for example, this reggae artist, because, you know, I can't tell you no hip hop shit, but Massacre. He got this song. It's called I Wish. And in the video, he's basically showing himself like he's like at a church with a whole bunch of like older ladies who basically they have the Bible, and then they have blood and they're washed. They're basically trying to cast a demon out of him, you know? So and then it's a reggae song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called I Wish. So when you watch the video, it's like you won't like it was controversy, but it wasn't as bad as somebody sliding on I think even if it was a female doing this, it would have been a big problem. Sliding on a stripper pole down to the devil to give the devil a lap dance. I think that's the biggest problem. And then not only that, Nike found a problem because he did something with Nike shoes. So basically they didn't it was a lot. You know, so it's unfortunate because he's talented and he put effort into that shit. So it's fucked up, you know, as a creator when somebody comes and block your shit, you know. But I do think that he could have definitely done something different. Or when it was an issue, he could have remade the video, because Hood Celebrity, I don't know if you know that song Walking Trophy, which a lot of people do. She made an original video to that song that a lot of people who didn't know her like that, they never even realized that she had an original video. For whatever reason, that video, I don't think she liked it as much as she did, because when she came up with the second one, it was much better, you know? So she could have, Lil Nas X could have done that. But anyways, we up for Lil Nas X. It was just, you know, that we brought him up, being that it also ties into the DMX thing. But that was just what I wanted to, that was my little, a little update.
Ties in on it. So DMX died on April 9th. And coincidentally, Lil Nas X, well, LNX. Oh, DMX, LNX. I don't know if that means anything, but he was born on April 9th, 1999. What's all these nines?
Wait, so Lil Nas X was his birthday? Who was born April 9th? Lil Nas X. Let me go on Google, y'all. Hold up, because I'm about to. Lil Nas. Is this YouTube? Why am I on YouTube? I want to go on Google. So give me a second, guys. Wow. So yes. So Lil Nas X was born April the 9th. So basically, and I see how Peaches is tying this in with Lil Nas X and DMX, because basically DMX died on Lil Nas X's birthday. That is crazy.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so
we were talking about Lil Nas X.
Yeah, the
I didn't even know that. Like, you just now pointed out that DMX passed away on the day Lil Nas X was born. Wow.
On his birthday. And that's supposed to be his favorite rapper. It genuinely scares me how crazy you niggas are. Oh, he gonna try to defer it. Not defer it, but you know, try to like call attention to it and be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so DMX was sacrificed as he died on Lil Nas. Okay, so we see all the nines. It's something else. It's a whole bunch of connections to his death.
That is crazy. I'm still stuck on the fact that I didn't even know that was Lil Nas X's birthday.
Mute.
Me? Oh, she's going on mute. Oh yeah, I'm on Lil Nas X page. So if y'all want to go on YouTube right now and check out his page, I don't even know what's bringing me here, but I'm just looking at the post. Because you know, we really covered this the last time we were live, and we were talking about that video. We actually kind of did like a review where Peaches showed it in slow motion.
Oh girl, the video got flagged on YouTube.
It did?
Yes, it got flagged, even though we didn't play the actual, the audio from the video. We were still showing the video.
Yeah, because I don't really think they have a problem with the audio. They really have a problem with the images. They have a problem with this boy is so fine. Like, why do you have to go and be something else? I wonder if he's straight still. Because my cousin keeps saying, oh, just because he dresses like that doesn't make him gay per se. But
no, he gay. He gay.
Gay. And the boy kind of fine. Like, how we gonna we always be losing the cute ones. Man, he's so cute. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Lil Nas X is a cutie. You know, when he's
with them big old lips.
He's a cutie. Look at this. I know those lips. Woo.
I know.
I like that picture. It's very seductive.
But that's what they want. They want you to just be seduced by the images and the music, and I think it's all subliminal. That's why I didn't want to listen to that damn song, because I think there's some subliminal shit in that song.
It was really catchy, though.
I've heard a lot of people say that when they listened to the song, they were drawn in by the music video and the song, and it's all a form of some type of hypnotism. Girl, I just don't trust it.
Yeah, it's weird because like I never really listened to the whole song, but it's catchy though, because even especially like the parts that they kept showing, I can't even tell you the words, but that whole, is the chorus, I think it is.
Oh yeah, the come in the morning, come in the evening,
Yeah.
Girl, I'm mad that I even know that little bit. But
That's
you
the
see
thing. I
how
can't tell you the words, but I know the flow.
Lil Nas X has a young following. He drew in people's kids with the song because he was going to elementary schools and performing that song for free. Mind you, the song is about drinking lean and cheating on your mate.
Wait, what song?
The Old Town Road.
The cowboy. I got the horses in the back.
Okay.
You know that's crazy because I'm just now recently finding out that that's Miley Cyrus's father that he was in the video, that song with.
You just finding that out,
I mean, I
girl.
knew it was a country guy, but I didn't really know per se that it was Miley Cyrus's father. I got that. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, guys.
And that. Yeah.
I'm trying to share the video. You know what? Make sure y'all hit that share button in the meantime. And do you have it public? Nope, not at all.
But yeah, it draws in your kids. He drew in your kids by that song. You notice how every single kid knew all the words to that damn song.
You know, it's not even that, because let me explain this. And then, this is something that I'm realizing is becoming a major issue, because even like with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, the girls look up to them like Barbie dolls, and they sit there and they love Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. Even like my daughter, she'd be like, "Oh, I want to see Cardi B, baby." I'm like, why are you so caught up in fantasizing? Like, why are you so like stuck to Cardi B? Like, she doesn't make children's music at all. But then I'm like, I thought about my daughter, my brother's stepdaughter. When she was like 3 or 4, she loved Nicki Minaj. But then Nicki Minaj is like, she always, portrayed herself like as a Barbie doll, and kids love Barbie dolls, So that's what the little girls are attracted to. With that Old Town Road, it was a catchy song, and then it's like, it was just catchy. It's a
He
lot
got
of
people
stuff.
with the cowboy shit also.
Yeah, it was really catchy. So, but the thing is that, with a lot of these songs really and truly are not for kids.
What?
A lot of these songs in general. Like a lot of these songs in general. Like Nicki Minaj, she's not for kids. Cardi B, she's not for kids. Lil Nas X, he's like, why? My thing is that I feel like if he's gonna be entertaining people, like, it's not even about telling them to change their content, because they are who they are. These kids nowadays, they just gonna go with whatever's trending. And it just so happens that a lot of the stuff that we like, our kids like too. But you can't really be surprised, because if I'm listening to Nicki Minaj, my kid's probably gonna hear Nicki Minaj too. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But not to say that, oh yeah, that's the type of, it's not kid music, because it really ain't. So we as parents, we get to decide whether or not we want to expose our kids to it or not. And if we do, we can't expect these artists to be in the public eye doing the perfect shit all the time, because that's not who they are. They're adults. They don't have to sit there and do stuff that's kid friendly all the time, because they're adults, So that's why I can't even say Lil Nas X drew anybody like child in, because at the end of the day, you're the parent, and you know that Lil Nas X is not your child's age. So don't sit there and expect for him to only make kid stuff, So that's just my 2 cents on it. Like, I hate when parents try to say, like, well, not even parents, people try to say like, oh yeah, oh, she's gone. Anyways, they try to say that it's a situation where, these artists are not being good role models for children, But at the end of the day, it's like, they're not even supposed to be nobody's role model. They're artists. They out there like Biggie Smalls. It's like Biggie Smalls. You can't even sit here and say Biggie Smalls was supposed to be nobody's role model, but a lot of people looked up to Biggie. A lot of people, especially little boys, they probably grew up and was like, oh yeah, I want to be just like Biggie, kicking your door and do this and that and the third. But at the end of the day, you really, really cannot blame them, because they're just following whatever is happening within society. Anyways, guys, go grab a drink. I'm going to find out where Peaches went, so that this way we can finish our Peaches and Dream podcast on this lovely, amazing Friday night. So give me a second, guys.
Okay. Ooh, no, it just shut.
Welcome
Okay.
back. At least we got to see you at work. Okay.
You're not supposed to see that. Okay. But yeah, damn, what the hell were we?
No, basically, we was talking about how, you know, a lot of people try to judge artists and whatnot because they basically feel like, you know, the artist is not basically catering to children. When at the end of the day, it's like you can't expect. How old is 𝗨𝗣𝗟𝗔? 19? He was born in 90. Wait, that makes him what? 22?
20.
22. He was born in 99,
22.
right?
Girl. Oh yeah, 22. Because Darian, he's 20. So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you can't expect a 22-year-old to basically cater to 12-year-olds. You understand? Like, you might make a song that a 12-year-old can vibe to, but at the same time, you can't expect him to hold
that crowd. He wasn't out here telling parents, like, you know, don't let your kids listen to my music. He benefited off of that.
Yeah, the thing is that you're not gonna tell, and honestly, you're not gonna tell. No artist is ever gonna say, make sure your kids don't listen to my music. Well, artists is, because at the end of the day, honestly, like I said, I grew up hearing Biggie Smalls kicking your door to reach the, you know, like all this, like Biggie. I don't care what nobody say. Biggie Smalls was like the most raunchiest motherfucker, like, you know, when it came to the rap game. But still, the little boys in Brooklyn was looking up and listening to Biggie because he was trending. He was that nigga. You understand? So basically, especially when you're in a neighborhood with minorities, it's like, you know, 9 out of 10 times they getting exposed to all types of shit that they not even supposed to be exposed to anyway. Hence DMX, because, you know, with DMX, you know, we also gonna go into like the rumors around his death, because you also sent me something with 𝗣𝗲𝗰𝗵𝗲𝘀, right? And I want to definitely touch base on that. But even like, you know, with you know, DMX and his death, you know, it's, girl, it's so much I want to say, but I don't want to just keep jumping. Okay, so basically, were you going to show something? Because I want to finish this and then we start talking about the death and 𝗣𝗲𝗰 and all of that, because it's a lot.
It's on the screen. This guy is just adding up numbers as far as
this is a numerology thing.
Yeah. Okay. So because here's the thing. Oh, this ties into it also. Did you watch them on Amazon Prime? Like the thing that I sent you?
No, I thought it said it was coming out. You sent me something that was coming out. I know it was out already, but I didn't see it. But yeah, I wonder if this video that she has sound. We about to find out. But 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so them. Well, you know what? I'll have Juanita watch it and then we'll talk about it, because it ties into, because the timing is spooky.
It's not a scary movie, right?
Not really police brutality, but mostly racism. The Great Migration from, you know, the South to California. Hold on.
The movie is not scary, right? Anyways, until she gets back, I don't like scary stuff. So I'm here asking her, because she said spooky, something about spooky. And I honestly, low-key, do not like scary stuff. So if it's scary, I might not watch it at all. But if it's not scary, I could definitely watch it. And I don't want to watch nothing that's going to have me thinking like, you know, that a ghost is going to come get me in the middle of the night. Because
girl, stop it. Girl, you can handle it. Everybody else don't watch it. You're the last person on earth that watch it.
That's the thing. I just want to know, like, is it scary? Because once I can figure out as to whether or not this thing is scary, then, you know, if anything, I might be.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. You just need to watch it. So the timing of when them was released, with the deaths of Daunte Wright and the connection between Daunte Wright and George Floyd and the DMX's death. Okay, so you know that connection, correct?
No.
Daunte Wright. So Daunte Wright, he was killed in Minnesota. was it the Twin Cities? I forgot which city it was. Of course, he was shot by police.
It was Minnesota, because actually my dad lives in there. Yeah, it was definitely Minnesota. I know that situation. He was the 20-year-old who basically, the stupid ass cop want to say it was weird because she, in the video, the sad part is that even if they do take this to court or whatever, in the video, she did say several times, I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. I'm going to tase you. And then it's crazy because when he drove off or whatever, like she fired, something, and then he drove off as if everything was good. You would have never thought he was, shot. But then she goes, I shot him. What happened to the taser? Yeah. I was like, what happened to the taser? Like, that's the part that I don't understand. But the sad part, because in the video, if you listen to what she's saying versus what she did, it wasn't like she was sitting there saying, I'm going to shoot you. Because, sometimes an officer would be like, they would threaten some, harsh shit like that. She said several times, I'm going to tase you. But how the fuck did she end up grabbing the gun? I don't know. But anyways, yes. So how does this tie in with the DMX situation? Because I'm getting mad.
It's just the timing. Emotions are high. And then, 420 is coming up. So let's look out about some mess happening on 420. Okay, so
why do you think 420 for me is a good day? Because you know why? That's the day that my business officially became a business. It was 420. Yes, 420, because I started my application for my business last year, early April, because I ran my business, but I never had it legally registered. And I know once you make a certain amount, you got to register it. So yes, 420 2020 is the official date that my business was a business entity.
420 is my sister's wedding anniversary when she snuck down to the courthouse and married that bum. So yeah. But let me show the connection with George Floyd and Daunte Wright. So Courtney Ross, George Floyd's former girlfriend, taught Daunte Wright, killed by who was his school teacher. So I'm trying to see if there was anything else. Okay, so April 13th, the loved ones. Oh, both of their families. I think they're related, actually. Daunte Wright and George Floyd.
Wow.
Oh, wait, that's his nephew.
It is?
Former girlfriend. Where did it say that Daunte and George nephew? Because both of their families had a joint conference, for the press conference talking about their deaths. Oh, and here's another one. Girl, have you seen that Army sergeant that got pulled over and pepper sprayed and tased, and he was, being harassed by those cops?
No.
Girl, it's been all over the news. You haven't seen it?
Wait, you said what happened?
The Army sergeant who he was in his Army uniform, and
he was a black guy?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I heard of something, but did they also make him run around with a chain on his neck?
No, not him. That was some kid in college. But Army sergeant, he was pulled over because he was in like a military car or something like that.
Okay.
Hold on, somebody's coming in.
I'm just here, like, it's been a lot going on. Like, we was gone for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. DMX died. We had another black person that was killed by the police. You got the trial for the guy who actually, I don't even know the damn officer name, but who kneeled on George Floyd's neck. He's on trial. Oh yeah, and another thing in connection to that Daunte situation was that they said it was literally about 10 minutes away from the courtroom where they were actually having court and doing the trial for the George Floyd thing. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, a lot. But Peaches, she done found the numerology and the connections. She about to basically give us the whole theory. But it's all of this is crazy. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. But and then, oh man, I can't wait to talk about the cause of death, because that of DMX, that's like a big controversy. A big controversy. You have Jaguar Wright saying it's something else. Oh, we can't even say the C word. Do not say the C word or the V word, because I think that's gonna make us get flagged.
Why? Somebody's in the comments?
No. I'm talking to you about, you know how you said the YouTube video, the other one was flagged?
Yeah.
I don't know what it could have been the, the Lil Nas X video itself.
Girl.
Did they tell you why?
Aside from what we were talking about, a lot of Black YouTubers, their channels are getting taken down for little minor technicalities about saying COVID and C and V and girl.
I just told you not to say the C word.
It's a lot of people losing their YouTube channels over that mess. So I'm like, it's the censoring. It's the YouTube censoring.
Yo, let me explain something to you. It's disgusting because, like, I could post a picture. Like, I could take a picture right now and use the Snapchat filter to write the C word and be like, staying away from C word, right? And I could post it on my status, and it's going to be a little white informational bar saying, oh, this post contains information about the C word. Please click here for more information. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Those little, so I'm like, it's crazy because whatever technology that it is that they have, it could read, it goes in, it picks up if we're saying the C word, it picks up if we have a text, like on our picture or our video that has the C word, and they're flagging all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find a post now.
They're flagging Black creators. I don't see no white people on YouTube or anywhere else who mention those words, and their channels are taken down or their videos are taken down. But okay, so this right here. This Army officer, he was pepper sprayed. Oh, there go the video right there. We can play the video. Traffic stop was captured on body cam. Mute that. Did you hear the video though?
Yeah, I was able to hear it, and then I also was able to zoom in. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's about to start.
Yeah,
so
I see
it.
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Get out! Get out the car! Get out, man! I have not committed any crimes. You're being detained, okay? You're being detained for obstruction of justice. Violation. I did not. You haven't even told me I'm being stopped. Really? I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me? Back up, Daniel. I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. Daniel. What's going on? Hold on. Watch it. Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now. Get out of the car! Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist corporal? What are you? I'm a lieutenant. Lieutenant, get out of the car! Get on the ground. Get on the ground now! Get on the ground, you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground. Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Why am I being treated like this? Why? You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Wow. So fucking why? It's disgusting. Oh my God.
They pulled him over for not having a tag, but that little couple of seconds of the video, it shows that he had a temporary tag. Now, you're flashing lights on the back of somebody's vehicle. You should have seen that. But it's still a forcible, so you pulled him over just to pepper spray him and tase him? And then you let him go? So what was the point of all that? And when the cop was walking up, they caught this on the other video that they didn't know was there. So wherever they pulled up to, it was a video recording them. I think it was like a security video, and it was recording them, and it had audio. So the guy, he see how he has his hands outside of the car. The other video recorded this, talk about some the guy was saying, you know, I'm scared, blah 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 blah, I'm scared for my life, and the cop was walking up saying, oh, you should be. Why does he have to be afraid? But mind you, they probably didn't start the body cams until after they said that bullshit. So here's another connection. This guy right here, remember Eric Gardner? He was choked out in Staten Island for selling cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's his nephew.
That one.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. This is his nephew.
That is crazy. You know, honestly, since you like, you know, the type of person who thinks outside of the box like me, like I be feeling like, you know, I was you actually sent it to me, the Bobby Brown thing, and I be thinking about, okay, his wife died of this, his son died of this, his so to me, I be like feeling like, yo, you know how some people family, like, you know, like I know this girl, like her mom, not her mom, like her sister, one sister died, the next thing you know, her brother died, then another. I was like, yo, and mind you, they were all young, they weren't old or anything like that. And I'm just like, you know, some people, for like, do you really think that, you know, sometimes some people is just cursed and certain shit just stick with them? Because it be really, really, really seeming like that.
I'm starting to think that Bobby Brown just sold his soul. He was in the projects in Boston, and him and his little friends were broke. Hold on.
No, but I don't think so. Because you have to, now that you watch that interview, yeah, we're gonna have to touch base, and we're gonna have to cover that topic, but we gotta finish the DMX topic because we can't be all over the place. But I was just saying, like, for me, some people it really just seems like, unfortunately, they have these chain of events that be happening to them, and it probably is, I don't know, it could be a curse. You know, sometimes you be feeling like you have generational curses, because I'm like, ain't no way in hell. It's like, you know, like a lot of the times, a lot of people run into the same issues. Like, I don't know what it be. Because I'm like, when I watched that Bobby Brown thing earlier, I was like, that's so crazy. Like, all of them died of the same thing. But anyways, so this lieutenant that was on active duty, well, that's actively serving the country, let me say, because he wasn't on active duty. But the police really sat there and did him like that over a supposed, like, you know, expired plate. Like, this shit is so stupid. Like, a lot of these petty ass traffic stops that turn into all of this unnecessary pepper spraying and shooting and accidentally doing. And now
the police chief of that area says he does not think the black lieutenant who was pepper sprayed deserves an apology.
For real?
Yep, no apology.
Why would he not deserve an apology? Like, you, for one, at the end of the day, I feel like this is where a lot of people get it fucked up at. Police definitely abuse their power. Like, why is it that you're coming up to people, like, and if you see how he was talking to them, he's there like, you know, officer, please, you know, explain to me. He's like, why are you doing this? It's not like he's sitting there being aggressive and matching their energy. He's sitting there putting his fucking pride to the side. Like, yeah, he didn't get out the car when they told him to, but at the same time, what the fuck right does that give you? Like, you sitting there, you treating people all types of fucked up, and you feel like, oh yeah, just because you're a police, it gives you the right. Like, at the end of the day, with the shit that was going on, give the fucking man, mail him. You know, somebody actually just posted this today. They're like, yo, if it's a situation where there's a traffic violation, get the fucking license plate number and mail them a ticket. In this situation, they swore it was because, you know, he didn't have a plate when he clearly had his temporary plate. But even so, having a no plate is basically, from what I understand, the same as driving with an expired plate, from what I understand. And I was literally on the phone with my brother when he was getting pulled over one time. He didn't have his plates, but the officer said, okay, you're registered. Do you have the vehicle insured? Because, you know, if you don't have the plates, you probably don't have your car registered. So the vehicle wasn't registered at all, which means that he didn't have plates. But they didn't harass him. They was like, okay, you don't got it registered.
A video has just gone viral showing a white active duty soldier berating and shoving a black man walking in a South Carolina neighborhood.
Someone came running.
Walk back.
You better walk away. You walk away. You're talking to my wife right now.
Jonathan Petland, an Army.
I was trying to pause the video. Let me get it from another one.
Is this another video of the same incident, or is that something else?
Nope, this is something else that happened. Girl, these white folks are losing their damn mind. Hold on. Let me share it. Okay, here it is. This bullshit right here.
Okay, let me zoom in, y'all. Oh, I remember this.
They're just waiting. You know what? Maybe you should hang on a little longer. We'll see how it goes. Then we won't have to give the report by ourselves.
What is it you're doing here? Then walk.
How's he supposed to walk when you're following him?
Let's go.
Yeah, that was the other stuff. I'm like, I wonder if he see how stupid he looks. Because when the boy went one way, he went that way. The boy went the other way. Or the man, I don't know. He looks kind of young, but they said he's a grown man. But he went one way. The guy is like following, and I'm like, who
And here's the thing: he lives in the neighborhood. So why is he being treated like that? Because he's walking around his own neighborhood. Look at that bullshit right there.
You're talking to my wife right now.
Oh, that's your bitch.
Walk away.
Oh, that's your bitch. I'd have been like, oh, that's your bitch.
Walk away, or I'm gonna carry your ass out of here.
He got a. You know what's crazy? I didn't even see him push him though.
What are you gonna do?
When I watched it.
Let's go. Walk away. I'm about to do something to you. You better start walking. You better start walking right now. I ain't coming after you. You're in the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Get out. Get out. Where? Where's your house? What's your address?
Maybe we should walk you home.
Who the fuck do they think they are?
Exactly.
Maybe we should walk you home.
You're not here harassing the neighborhood. I'm not harassing you. Walking through the neighborhood. Where? Check it out. We are a tight-knit community. We take care of each other. A hell of a lot longer than your ass, because I have never seen.
You know what he meant when he said that? We are a tight-knit white community.
Yeah, but you know, the most interesting part is that, you know, if you watch this whole video, you know, eventually some black ladies are walking, it seems like, and then they basically
in the background.
They basically, I see, because, you know, clearly they walked past, right? But then it seems like they came back.
What they at? Because they're in the back on the right side, right there.
Yeah, but you know, after they walk, you're gonna see.
There's only one way out of here. It's right over there. You want to bet? Walk away.
I'm glad they cut it off right here, because with the video that I saw, at the end of the video, those same black ladies, it seemed like they walked past them, but then it seems like they had to either step, you know, they probably slowed down to see what was going on. But the reason why he walked away is because they was like, come on, baby, you don't want no trouble. And they, like, you didn't see them on camera, but you heard their voice and you could tell it was them. You know? Yeah. You didn't see them, but you could tell it was those same black ladies that passed. Like, come on, baby.
Now, here's my thing. Those being two other black folks walking around the neighborhood, you could tell they were exercising. How come he didn't say anything to them also?
To me, honestly, we don't have the whole video to say what truly happened. But from what I understand and what I read somewhere, him and the guy's daughter got into it. Maybe the daughter was just like the fucking father. And, you know, he's like, okay, you ain't gonna talk shit to me because I'll talk shit back. And she probably went to get her father. And it's fucked up because
she really probably lied about some. Oh, he called me, you know, just probably lied and, you know, said that he did something to her, like some Emmett Till shit. Oh, he whistled at me and he called me a white snow bunny bitch and all that type of shit.
Yeah. But it was, it's crazy because I really like watching that video and seeing the fact that that man really pushed him. Like, nah, he should have fucked him up. Like, he really should have fucked him up. He should have at least punched him in the face and ran, because that little nigga looked like he could take off. And the guy didn't have no shoes on. Exactly. The white guy, I was thinking the same shit, bitch. The white guy ain't have no shoes on, so he wasn't going to get far, because I done tried to walk barefoot before, and it ain't all that.
Okay, so the fallout from that situation.
That man is in jail.
He was let out. But yeah, he was let out. You know, white folks have money. They paid his little bail. But I think during the time that he was in jail, hold on, my little video got to load. 10 seconds.
It says during the time he was in jail, what?
I was trying to, do the element of surprise, be like, this was happening. Let me show the. Oh, this is a press conference. Oh, you know what? Nah, I know what to search up. Cause niggas wasn't having that shit.
Oh yeah. I seen what they did. Because at the end of the day, I'm like, for one, they fucked up because you see those 2 black ladies that passed that helped them. They went back to their girls like, girl, let me tell you what happened. We was walking. Once that thing happens, it's like a game of telephone. So it done went from this person to that person to this person to that. And the even crazier part is who was recording the video. More than likely, it was the white man's family. But how did we get the video though? Because it makes them look stupid and also put the nigga in.
Posting it. Yeah, like where'd they get the video from?
That's what I'm saying, because I'm like, it's stupid because their own video got him arrested. You understand? Because if it wasn't on video, ain't no guarantee that man would have ever got arrested. But their own video got them arrested. It's funny to me. Like your own video of you was recording because you thought you was doing something right.
Okay, here we go. Girl, that's just white folks.
We can't see it though. Oh, here it
thinking
goes.
They don't have no consequences when they do.
No, your territory at this point. Come on, we want to talk to you.
Come on, bitch. Come on out the house, Rosa. Step off the bus, Rosa. He got a nice house too.
What you gonna do? You gonna stay here every day?
Go away right now.
Hey, they've already been called. They're just waiting.
You walk away.
We've already seen this.
It's crazy because I didn't even know that was in South Carolina. That was right there. That's right.
Not too far from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Where's the crowd? Girl, it was a crowd of niggas outside his house.
Yeah.
The events that preceded the video were not.
What the fuck? Hold on, I gotta mute.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to find the video. I want to find the video where they actually was outside his house. Oh, look at this video of Aretha Franklin. I'm sorry, I came across a video of Aretha Franklin and I got excited. Oh, it's a video. You know what? I'm about to show y'all this while we wait for her. It's a video of DMX and his daughter at it looks like an amusement park. Remembering DMX.
Okay, Mom. It's too late. We're gonna do it. Come on, Pete. I got you. It's okay, Mom. Hold your head back.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, I'm back. All right, so yeah.
I was showing them a video of DMX and his daughter.
That you don't deserve another second in the United States Army.
Yes.
You took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, of enemies, foreign and domestic. Yeah!
I know that's right. Yeah! I like that shit.
You are
let's do this.
You are supposed to defend this country. You are supposed to have excellence in all that you do. And I'm here today to let you know I came from my home. I am dying. I have COVID and I'm sick.
Man, why they cut it off?
Wait, so basically that guy really had COVID?
Yeah. Girl, black people don't care about this. I mean, we care, but we don't care if we sick or whatever. We are really sick of this mess. Oh, girl, they done went to the courthouse.
What's the problem with that? Hold on. You know I'm a Virgo, so I'm overthinking. You went out in a crowd of people with COVID and sat there and announced that you had COVID. And everybody else that was next, he announced that he had COVID in front of a crowd of people. He was protesting with COVID. So you don't think that he was exposing everybody else to COVID?
I mean, he had on his mask, but you know, he was all riled up. Took it off. Yeah, he snatched that shit off. He said, fuck that shit. I'm dying anyway. But yeah, girl, they done made it outside of the courthouse. Yeah. Yeah, girl, look at this shit. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Is this audio on here? I can't hear nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Our voices will be heard. Changes will be made. Instead of self-government today, no longer will we make races feel comfortable. No longer will we be able to. We are here, and this is a battlefield because we lose our lives every day. So we are at war against racism. We are at war against white supremacy. We are at war against injustice and inequality. And anybody who aligns themselves with these wicked and evil forces will be subject to the same penalty, the same form of justice, and they will get. And if we don't get it, shut it down. 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 What do we want? Power. What do we want? Justice. Now. What do we want? Justice. We want now. Let's go back to jail. Your best reason why you feel like this man is the lowest charge possible. You serve people out here on the street when you.
Girl, I love it. I just love it.
Yeah. Because basically what they are doing is they pretty much, trying to make them know, like, we're not playing with these motherfuckers. Like, no, sir.
Hell no. Okay, so the army, this guy was an army sergeant. So because, the protesting around his house, law enforcement had to take him and his family, out. They have to go stay somewhere else. Now he's putting up a GoFundMe. You know what? Let me look for that shit too. This motherfucker had the nerve to put up a GoFundMe asking for money so he can pay off his house and move. You ain't paying off
the guy who was the hell no.
You ain't paying no shit.
He's gonna get it.
You ain't paying no shit. Let me find that shit so I can flag it. He had a GoFundMe. Yeah, there you go. Let me share it. Girl. Look at this shit, girl. Legal fees and retirement. No, you're not about to retire off us. First, he had a $10,000 GoFundMe. And then GoFundMe took that shit down. Like, oh no, we not about to give you no motherfucking money. And then he put another one up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, girl, he put another one up. One GoFundMe had already been removed. Here's the latest attempt to raise funds to cover his inexcusable actions. I know that's right. Yeah, girl, gonna try and raise some money.
That is crazy. Now, like I said, the sad part is that he gonna get the support too, because there's way too many racist people. That's definitely
So yeah.
We never even finished covering like the DMX. Because remember, we got to go into Jaguar, right? And the accusation.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Let me pull up that video.
My mind was running earlier, but basically, so when it comes down to the DMX's official cause of death, right? So, you know, from what we understand, they're saying it was, you know, definitely supposed to be drug overdose, right? But Jaguar Wright says she feels it was something else. You got a video? Or are you gonna play the Jaguar Wright? But that was kind of long.
Jaguar Wright. It is long. I'm gonna see if she was talking to somebody else.
Okay.
People expiring.
We can't see, so make sure you do it. It's something to watch too.
Yeah, let me try it out. I'm not gonna tell anybody anything. It's not my place to. What I am gonna say is do your research. Pay attention to what's going on. Because there's absolutely no way they could have tested all of these vaccines. There hasn't been enough time to see what the long-term effects or what the potential effects.
Exactly.
What I can say is now I can say for a fact that I know 5 people that have gotten the vaccine, had a negative reaction, and then their lives were put in jeopardy, whether or not they lost their lives or they ended up having a...
What's up, baby?
How are you?
I'm blessed.
Did you skip it?
19.
No, she goes into more detail when she was talking to this guy.
Okay.
Or from a reaction to the vaccine. If someone actually allegedly died from COVID-19 or from a reaction to the vaccine, why instantly throw drug addiction on it? Why would you go back to one of his demons and throw that on it and make that be the narrative, even though the hospital records allegedly are now saying very different?
Well, I do know in certain situations now, with people expiring due to coronavirus, there's a financial attachment in certain cases. So you can have your final request handled financially by the government in certain situations if it's proven that you passed via coronavirus.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's part of it. I
have no idea.
I can't speak anything to that. But that's crazy.
Allegedly, the doctors that handled him didn't work at the hospital, and none of the hospital staff had ever seen them before.
Girl, that was one that fucked me up.
I don't be thinking like I can't say she's lying, but she wasn't at the hospital, was she?
No, but you know, people talk to her, their family members. Because you know, it was a family member who showed her that paperwork showing his cause of death.
From what I heard, I think the death certificate is a public document. I think anybody can get the death certificate. Like,
no, but you know, they have that from the hospital also.
But the thing is that, I mean, honestly, hey, who aside from her, who else came out and spoke? Because I think they said something about the brother or the sister.
I haven't seen anybody. I think whoever spoke to her, they knew to talk to her because, you know, she has a big platform and, you know, she has not been proven to be a liar yet.
Yes, she hasn't been proven to be a liar. But another thing is that you have to really understand the picture. Like, I can honestly tell you, like, I can't really, you know, say too much. But with the type of work that I do, I actually do have to have participants sometimes send in death certificates whenever they're reporting a death, right? But since COVID, we don't get it often. Like over the last year, I probably came across 4, right, where I actually handled the cases. And every death certificate that I saw, it did say the C word as far as the cause of death. Now, the people, they're not required to tell us how the person passed. There's actually Okay, so being that they're not required to tell us how the person passed, we can't even ask because it's none of our business anyways. But I did, like, whenever they send in a certified copy of the death certificate, I have to pull it up and make sure that they sent in what they were supposed to send in. So then on it, you'll see the cause of death is Dear Claire's Day. So I can promise you that the ones that I've seen, it said it. Now, I can't vouch and say, yes, it was really true, or no, it wasn't, because we don't know. But I was hearing at one point that on everybody's death certificate, they was automatically putting the C word. Now, one of the death certificates, it had the C word, and then it also said something else. So it wasn't just the C word. So when I think about it, I'm like, could she have came across the death certificate, which is public information, which she could get it? I think almost anybody could get it if you have all the information you need. So I'm like, do you think it's a situation where maybe she saw the death certificate and saw that word on there? But I'm also hearing, because I gotta ask my sister, because when I brought this up to my sister earlier, she said that she heard, because I didn't tell her everything, but she was saying that she heard that, he got the C shot, and basically he had a bad reaction to it.
Yeah, a week before he went into the hospital.
Yep, and it's interesting because that's what's the same thing Jaguar Wright was saying. So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't sit there and say she's lying. I wouldn't sit there and say she's telling the truth. But I can say that, at this point, we're really never going to know. Another thing that I want to talk about when it comes down to, like, the way, with him, his drug use, what was he on? It was cocaine, right?
Cocaine, crack, girl. He was on that stuff. But you can tell that the last few years he was healthy.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, and honestly, because, and I only know this because someone like close to me, they had someone who passed away recently, and basically they passed away and they had their home, and the cause of death, which we would have never, known or thought was basically an overdose. Now the problem is that what people don't understand about these drugs is that crack cocaine fucks with your heart. That's why so many people have heart disease, because a lot of these people, especially back in the 80s or whatever, I wasn't even born in the 80s, but from what I heard, they was on that shit heavy. So those people now in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they got weak hearts. You understand?
I think that's where the high comes from, because if you've experienced like some type of fatigue or your heart slows down, the smoking of that stuff or sniffing it, I think it slows your heart rate down, and then you get some type of euphoria and you get lightheaded because your brain isn't functioning the way it's supposed to, because your heart's stopping and the blood isn't pumping the way it's supposed to. So I think that contributes to the high that people experience. And they want to get high all over again, but it's doing the most harm to your body and your heart. So,
because then when people have heart attacks and strokes and stuff, it's like you sitting there thinking like, oh, you just ate bad. It's like, no, you was eating bad, and then you was fucking doing all these other, crack cocaine, and all of that makes your heart weak. Like, I didn't even know that. So what happens is when you're doing your drugs, it does do something to stimulate your heart, because with this person, what happened was when they overdose, it basically caused their heart to like explode. Basically, shit is crazy.
Jesus.
I just cringe thinking about it. Because I'm like, yo, it's like, and then a lot of the times these drugs be bad. Like, that's another thing. I'm like, I don't even know how the hell you get crack cocaine. The only thing, like, if you can't grow the shit, then I don't want to have, if you can't naturally get it from the earth, then I don't want it in my body, period. From what I understand, they cook up crack and cocaine and they mix it together to make it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Girl, there's a documentary. Please watch it. There's a documentary on Netflix about crack in the 80s.
But they right? It's not something that, it's not like they go like, for example, weed, right? You go, you get the you grow the shit. You grow it, you find it's natural. It's something you can
No. But they were talking about crack is so cheap, is cheaper than cocaine, but it's an element of cocaine because they take out certain properties. Girl, the way these people were fucking scientists and the way they distributed this shit around the hood, these drug dealers, they were obviously smart as fuck, but you're in the wrong business.
It's crazy. It's not so much the fact that they're in the wrong business, is that they literally are there dealing with illegal shit.
Yeah, it's illegal. So you have the mind to be a fucking scientist in the hood and cut chemicals and weigh it and price it and everything like that. You're a fucking businessman. You're a fucking business person.
This is all I know about crack cocaine, and this is from what I've seen. Look at me trying to show you some shit, and I dropped the whole phone. But anyway, this is all I know. All I know is they be like,
"What the fuck?"
That's all I know. I promise you, I don't even know. Because to me, I'm like, it's like, I don't even like taking nobody's medicine. So yet alone some fucking shit like that. Now, you could easily persuade me into trying marijuana because you tell me, oh, it's a plant. Oh, you could grow that shit. Oh, it's natural. Okay. But when you sit there and you be like, oh, what's in that? What the fuck? Let me go on Google because I want to know really if you...
Mute.
Okay, guys, I'm about to find out I'm not gonna look up crack because crack, according to Whitney, crack is whack. We're gonna go look into cocaine and how what is in cocaine. I don't think that when I say what is in cocaine, I want to know like if it's a multitude of, a mix of okay, give me a second, guys. So apparently with cocaine, it's an official pharmaceutical drug, which means that scientists really make that shit. So as Peaches was saying,
well, let's not forget about how DMX said that he got into smoking that stuff. Did you see the video?
Oh yes. Oh my God. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk about that. And it's so crazy because last year, November.
Sound off.
Huh?
I don't know, just saying, sound off. Do your thing.
Oh yeah. So last year, November, right? My sister, I only have one older sister. She was born in Jamaica, but she has sent me this link, and it was basically the DMX documentary last year, November. And she was like, "Oh, she was like, sis, watch this." She was like, "It's crazy because, growing up in New York City, a lot of people don't even know what the struggle is really like. Like, luckily, I wasn't mixed up in this shit, but I know for sure my brothers was in shit. But when it came to doing like crack cocaine, like we wasn't touching that. But when it comes down to like, the peer pressure and all of that, it was real." So with the DMX situation, it's fucked up because the way how he got introduced to it was when he was 14, his mentor, like somebody who he actually really, really looked up to, pretty much was supposed to be smoking a blunt with him. Again, weed. You thinking it's marijuana, weed, and you're like, okay, I'm down for that. Weed is okay. But for whatever reason, the person who gave them the blunt, they spiked it with cocaine. So now you got a 14-year-old boy getting cocaine and weed in his system at the same time. So then in the moment, it fucked with you because, I know somebody who tried weed for the first time and they said that they never did weed again because of how it made them feel, which a lot of people...
girl, he gave him straight up crack.
So speaking of fire...
It was straight crack? From what I understood, I thought it was a blunt mixed with crack.
Yeah, it was a straight crack, but it was late.
That's what I understood. It was supposed to be weed because you like with the way how it smelled, he was like, oh, it's a blunt, So it was basically supposed to be a blunt, but it was, laced with crack. So basically, you sent me, I think you sent it to me where basically Nick at Night was basically saying, the guy who DMX accused, DMX said the guy was 30 at the time, but the guy came out and said that he's only 3 years older than DMX.
It was only 3 years older, but he was trying to defend himself. But like that clip has been out since last year, and I guess nobody knew about how he started smoking crack before then. So how come he just didn't come out and defend himself last year? I guess because he.
But it's interesting because the funny part is that I was reading the comments while I was watching that video by Nick at Night. So as I'm sitting there reading the comments, like a lot of people's like, oh, why he want to come out now that DMX is dead? But Nick at Night said that if you actually go to the guy's Instagram, what's his name? The one who's being accused. Rob or something.
Let me see if it's on this video.
Whatever his name was, the guy that was basically who DMX accused.
Ron.
He never said, what is it?
Ready Ron.
Ready Ron never said that, okay, DMX is not telling the truth about what happened. He's saying like, yeah, you know, he never said it did not happen, but he is saying like he was not 30 years old at the time. So basically he was 17 and he's basically trying to say, you know, at 17, you know, he probably didn't make the best decision, which, you know, I totally would understand more if he was really 17 as opposed to him being 30 and doing that to DMX. But any which way you put it, shit like that is fucked up. And people start doing fucked up shit as a child because they think it's so funny. And it's like, you know, with me as a mom, like my 10-year-old, she's 10 now. She likes to scare the shit out of people. She likes to scare the shit out of people. She thinks it's funny. And I hate that. Like, you know, it's been a time when I was opening the room door and she's just standing there and it scared the shit out of me. And I was ready to beat her fucking ass. So, you know, when people do stuff like that, it goes from little innocent, you know, doing shit like that to doing like more devilish shit. Like, you know, let me tell you, my brothers, they used to prank their friends. I gotta laugh at this one. I'm sorry. But what he did was, my brother, he gave his friend laxative. He gave his friend laxative, and it was a prank. So to hear, you know, for a 17-year-old to basically do that to a 14-year-old, that shit is fucked up. But at the same time, it's like I can see it happening. Honestly, I could really see it happening because it's just the young, dumb, stupid shit that some people do.
But it happens all the time where there's somebody wants you up under the influence so they can do something to you. It happens a lot more than people actually know.
Yep, it happens a lot. And especially like growing up in Brooklyn, like people don't understand, like it's something different. Like my mom took us out of Brooklyn because of shit like that. Like that's like, luckily with me, I wasn't around it, but my brothers, they be talking about all these, you know, these guns and these murders and this person got jumped. Like I used to hear about it, but my ass used to stay inside because at the end of the day, I would rather be inside because every time you was hearing some shit, oh, the Bloods did this, the Crips did that. I'm like, I'm not going out there in that madness. I will stay inside. The most I ever did was sit in front of my building. Okay. But yes, girl, Brooklyn is like New York City in itself is hard. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like some fucked up shit be happening. Yo, that's why I always be like, yo, is it people's karma? Because this girl that I used to work with, she grew up in New York. She told me she was on a train one time and somebody robbed her Jordans off her feet on the train in New York City.
Of course.
But you say, of course. I'm like, you know, the crazy part is that I only could hear about shit like that. Like, luckily, I haven't been robbed. Like, even like growing up, I remember we was walking down the street and my mom was wearing a gold chain and this guy was jogging. So the guy ran past. I didn't think nothing of it. And my mom was like, oh my fucking God, that nigga just stole my chain. I was like, when she said it,
just walk by and snatch your shit.
Yes, but luckily, like me personally, like growing up in New York, I haven't like nobody ever did nothing to me. Then again, it was because I had brothers that within my hood, respectfully, they wasn't fucking with me, period. You know, because of the status that my brothers held. So I didn't have any issues in my neighborhood. And then I didn't really leave my neighborhood either. So, but Brooklyn, New York City is hard. It's tough, from drugs to violence to gangs. It's really, really hard. And that the reason why my sister had sent me that DMX documentary is because she wanted to start like a center for like these young boys, because you know, really for young Black people, but especially for the young Black boys, because they go through stuff, and whatever they go through, for whatever reason, they feel like they have to choose certain things. They have to choose drugs. They have to choose the guns. Like, and then it's basically because people would rather be a gangster than a nerd. You understand?
Yeah.
We have that problem a lot, and then people think that shit is sweet and that shit is cool. And I'm like, it's sad, because if they just popularized or made it seem like being smart and staying out of the streets was a good thing, then that's what people would aim towards. But when you got people out there like Biggie Smalls, everybody wanted to be Biggie. Like, who didn't want to like be fucking kicking in your doors? What Biggie did? And who wouldn't want to be that nigga? Like, you understand? Or even Lil' Kim. Like, you know, so when you got people that's idolizing all these people that's like out there doing the most raunchy and ghetto shit, it's like, it's cool, because that raunchy and ghetto shit, it gets you popular, it gets you money and all of that good stuff. So, you know who was it? DMX, this girl Roxanne, she said she's DMX's sister, I think, because they was in a foster home. I don't think it's his blood sister. It could be, but she basically talked about, You know how it was going from group home to group home. And because I think they also said DMX was in the foster care system. So that life in itself, people in those situations, a lot of the times they unfortunate as fuck, which means they end up they go from one house to another. They ended up getting robbed, raped. They ended up getting introduced to drugs. They ended up, being around people who steal. And there's motherfuckers that steal because they ain't got shit, Like the motherfuckers that was trying to steal into my fucking, break into my car. Yeah, I'm so mad about that. Somebody tried to break into my car and they fucked up 2 of my car doors, and now I gotta spend money to replace it. But it's all good.
Your car, girl.
I'm over this shit.
Don't you have insurance so you could just get a brand new one?
You talking about something, get a brand new one? My car rides and drives perfectly fine. They are not about to give me no brand new one. I gotta go get it appraised. And basically, if it's $500, if it's less than $500 to fix it, I could just pay for it out of pocket. But I need 2 brand new doors. And when you go on Google, because I Google everything, they say you want to pay anywhere from $800 to $2,500 to replace a door. And mind you, I have to replace 2 doors, which means I'm gonna be paying anything from $1,600 to $2,500 to replace.
Well, that's what the insurance is for, because just go ahead and pay the deductible. Because I paid my little $500 deductible and my light. And girl, I told you Darian put a fucking hole in my car. Did I show you the picture of what he did to my car?
How he put a hole in it though?
Because he ran in the back of somebody, and when I went outside, it was just
the same one who got a car now.
Yes, he has his own car.
Crash your shit back.
Crashes a girl.
I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, girl. Oh man. Did he pay your deductible? Shit.
He paid it. He gave me my money that week after, and I went ahead and got my shit fixed, and they fixed it in a couple of days. So yeah, all that paying a couple of $1,000s to get shit fixed, hell no. That's what insurance is for.
So that's basically what happened. So they told me to go and get it appraised. I said I was going to get it appraised because they said the appraisal is free. So if I get it appraised and it's over $500, then yeah, I'm going to just pay my $500 and done. But if for whatever reason, because the thing about it is that the metal is messed up. They bent. So my window, I told you, if it rains, the rainwater is going to go right between the car window and the car door because they bent the metal out to where it's like a gap in between. Like the car window and the car door, because there's a part of their car door that's touching like your window. So they they basically pried that open, like it's supposed to be like this, they went like that, so it's like a space like this now. But anyhow, yeah, it's this broke fucking people season. Like I don't understand we get stimulus checks, they giving out fucking PPP loans. They giving out SBA loans. You got motherfuckers still trying to break into somebody's car. It would have been different if I would have, my car would have just been going, period.
Yeah, but girl, people is going to jail for fraud with those loans. So they rather not.
That's because they getting the loans and they doing stupid shit with them. If you have a PPP loan, right, or SBA loan, that means that you're supposed to be using those funds towards your business. So if it's a situation where you get that money, you're supposed to take that money and invest into a fucking business and then be able to flip that money. And then when you flip that money, you do whatever you want to do with the shit. You can't play with the government's money like that. They giving you the money for a business so you can get your business up and running. Find a business idea that's going to allow for you to even triple or 10 times that money or whatever. It's about being smart because technically, yeah, it tells you as you go through the process. I could understand if they could say they didn't know. But as you go through the process of applying for that shit, it specifically lets you know these funds are expected to be used for business expenses only. You got people that done bought themselves a house. They done bought their mama a house. They done bought themselves a car. Like, it's crazy. So then now all these receipts, they done, went shopping at Macy's. They done went and bought a luxury car. And it's crazy because all the receipts are there. All the receipts are there. And then and it's like the other rule from what I'm hearing is that you're supposed to spend at least 60% on your business. If you're not spending at least 60% on your business, then you didn't need it for the business anyway. So, yeah. So yeah, those people are really getting arrested because they're not spending the funds properly. But I'm like, you got to be smart because you could use that money and really invest into your business and then flip it. And then when you flip it, you're going to have the money to get your house and your car and everything else you wanted to get. But then you could prove that you didn't use their money because you used their money to fund your business and your business is just taking off. Yeah.
So what else are we supposed to be talking about? Oh, was that it?
Girl. Okay, so Bobby Brown and okay. Oh yeah. So basically, because we started to talk
about we
Jack
got into it, but not really.
Yeah, because basically, guys, Jack Wright is pretty much accusing, well, basically not even accusing. She's stating that the real cause of DMX's passing is the C word and not drug overdose. But to me, when I think about it, I'm like, for one, if he really got the COVID vaccine, I really feel like, oh shit, if he really got the vaccine. If he really got the C shot, this is horrible. If he really got the C shot, then it's a situation where, I feel like it's possible that it could have contributed to his death. Like, I really feel like it would be possible, But, yeah, but that's what she was saying. That's exactly what happened to the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, who's this now?
That's Bobby Brown Jr. Little clip.
Oh, that's crazy. That's the son, and that's Bobby Christina on the right.
Mm-hmm.
So
my time apart, and my son feeling he can test something,
right?
And I feel guilty about that.
In the last 9 years, Bobby's lost his son, his ex Whitney, and their daughter Bobby Christina, all in part due to drugs.
How much you miss her? There's no way to
express
how much I miss my daughter.
In our last interview, Bobby wanted justice after Bobby Christina's boyfriend, Nick Gordon, was ruled legally responsible for her death, but wasn't jailed.
What's up?
So basically, okay, so explain this to me. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but how was he held legally responsible for her death? I'm confused.
Because he was there. I really think he was just the scapegoat.
What you mean?
Because look at how Bobby Christina died. She died the exact same way her mom passed away.
But also heard that he was also there when Whitney died too.
Yep, he was there. Did you see that little? It's a little mini video of him being snuck out of the back of the Beverly Hills Hotel after Whitney's body was taken out. Also,
I didn't see that, but you know how you were saying how you feel like, oh yeah, they were sacrificed. I'm like, the boyfriend probably has something to do with it all along. Like,
they probably just made him do it. The actual act, because there was only cocaine found in Whitney's system. But Whitney had prescription drugs, she had weed, she had a lot of other shit in her room and in her bed. Girl, the picture of that bathroom. You seen the picture of Whitney Houston's bathroom in that hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she had a whole bunch of other shit that wasn't in her system in her room and in her bathroom. So how come all this other stuff is there, but it's not in her system? Who was using it? And how come she had bruises on her head and her nose was bleeding? Like, what the fuck was going on? And she was completely naked in the bathtub. Same thing with Bobby Christina.
Yeah, but basically, like I said, the way how I pretty much see it is that she could definitely, could be a situation where he would set them up.
Yeah. But he's obviously not that smart. So, he wasn't that smart. So he had to have some help. Obviously, he had help. Come on now, he didn't do all that shit by himself.
Honestly, like I said, when I think about it, anybody, like I said, I done told you this before, like trying to move my 7-year-old when she's sleeping, and it's been like this for a couple of years now, but trying to move a 7-year-old when she's sleeping, it's hard when you're dealing with, trying to move a body. So with that situation, can't really tell you how they died, how they ended up in the bathtub. It's just weird for them to end up in a bathtub. Like, I don't know. Like, the thing is that we don't use drugs to understand. Like, I don't know if maybe they get high and then they go take a bath. I don't know. Like, to me, it's just weird. But like, I don't know. It's really weird.
It is weird. So I don't think, just blaming everything on Nick Gordon, especially if he's not here to defend himself. You know,
Well, it's
it's
not
just a
even
lost
that.
cause.
Wasn't okay. So based off of the video, they said he was found like legally responsible for her death. And is it because they're saying he gave her the drugs?
Let me play the rest of it because I think they might mention that.
Okay.
He'll get his. God don't like ugly.
Less than 2 years later, Nick died from a heroin overdose, and Bobby blames him for his other loss.
He was the only one there with both situations, with my ex-wife and with my daughter, and they both died the same way.
Oh, so you think
Why the fuck are they sitting there talking about some oh wow and looking shocked like they didn't fucking know that?
Honestly, I didn't know that. You know that, right?
Oh, you didn't know?
No. And you know
because
what's crazy?
you know, but well, you know the nature of their relationship between Bobby Christina and
yeah, because when I watched the video that you sent, from what I understand, basically Bobby Christina and that was like a little brother, basically. The way how they grew up together, it was like a little brother, you know.
But it didn't get serious until after Whitney died. So I don't know why everybody's shocked, because he was following them around everywhere. You know, Whitney was basically taking care of him the way she would take care of Bobby Christina. So the shock,
he knew,
oh
like,
my
okay,
God, he was there at both instances when they died. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but what if he knew, like, okay, the mom, for whatever reason, because I don't think like Whitney Houston was, like, you know, she would have approved for him to be dating her daughter. I don't think so. You know, especially when they grew up together and they were so close, because then she'll be like, you know, you fucking my daughter, because that's the type of mentality I would have if it's a situation where this boy is always with me and I basically raised him, you know. So
yeah, but Whitney probably wasn't even thinking, you know, that deep, because she was mostly under the influence most of the time.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like if you take this person under your wing and you sit in there, you raising them, you would not want this person because you see him as a son. So now basically seeing him and Bobby Christina together would have been like you know, her son and daughter being together. So it probably would have been awkward, like, right? Because I don't think it's not that Bobby Christina and him was dating and that's the reason why he was around. It's like Whitney and him had a relationship before Bobby and him, right?
No, it was Bobby Christina. That was her friend from school.
Okay, I get it.
And his mom was having a whole bunch of drug problems. So Bobby Christina, you know, begged her mom, hey, can we take him in? And, you know, Whitney, being the loving person that she is, she basically just adopted Nick. So.
Okay.
But let me go ahead and finish this clip.
think that he killed Whitney as well?
I believe so.
Bittersweet memories. You and Whitney had an abusive, volatile relationship.
The violence that we incurred was using. We abused drugs and alcohol. We struggled really hard as a couple to get clean for ourselves.
Get my face. Get my face.
What do you...
Girl, that was a wretched ass mess. I don't know if you've seen, but the full episodes are on YouTube of B and Bobby Brown when they had the little reality show.
No, I didn't watch it.
Girl, that was a crackhead mess. You got to go back and watch it.
I think that Bobby would say to Whitney now?
Ooh. She's definitely missed. God has a plan that, you know, I can't question. It was already written in the book.
Is that the best?
I think so. Yep, that was it.
Yeah. But honestly, like, when I think about it, I'm like,
we kept being told that we were
oh, I thought I heard something talking. But yeah, basically, when I think about it, I'm like, to me, it's weird for them to die. Like, I want to understand the bathtub part. Like, for them to be have drugs in your system and you're in the bathtub, why? Honestly, I wouldn't get drunk and go in a bathtub because I'm like, what if you fall asleep in the water and drown yourself? You know, stupid stuff like that. Like, I don't even get drunk to that point. But I can't tell you that I would sit there and be, you know, like, because I can only say, you know, drinking, because I don't do crack or cocaine or none of that crap, you know, especially because crack is whack and cocaine and, you know, cocaine in my veins. You know, they got heroin. they got all these weird type of drugs that just kind of bugs me out. But who would sit there and drug up themselves and go in the bathtub? That's the part that I don't understand. But then again, I don't use drugs regularly to even know if that's just a thing, you know?
Yeah. Like who does? Like I don't know anybody who does. So
and then they both died off of quote unquote supposedly overdoses, and also not only just the overdoses, they both died while he was there. And it's crazy because he ended up killing himself. It was something, you know how basically with your theory is like, say for example if they were sacrificed and they just used Nick, that's his name. That's crazy. That's my husband's name. Okay. Nick. Yeah, and they just used Nick as pretty much to set everything up. But say for example if that was the case, it's like he ended up killing himself. So it's like it's either because he couldn't live without Bobby Christina, or because he basically couldn't live with the guilt he had with them. So it was either or. We never gonna know. But didn't they say that he was found guilty or something?
Legally responsible for her death.
But it has to do with the fact that he provided the drugs, though. That part, right? It's not so much the fact that they didn't arrest
because they were
him.
both doing stuff, but he obviously knew the person that was supplying the stuff. So,
but that was basically that was the Red Table, right? That's where Bobby Brown
on Red Table Talk.
Yeah, the Red Table Talk. Yeah, I think you guys should definitely go check out the whole thing. It's interesting. But was that recent? Because I'm like, what made them relive it?
It was recent. It was earlier this week.
Okay. And then no, because you know how they were saying Bobby Brown's son passed about 5 months ago?
Yeah, he did pass away last year from another drug overdose.
And I'm like, that's crazy. His wife, his daughter's boyfriend, and his son. Wait, with the boyfriend, was it a drug overdose too, right?
Yep, heroin. He was on heroin.
That's crazy.
But what else were we supposed to be talking about?
Okay.
Or is that it?
I'm just gonna double check.
I think we covered everything because everything is, connected, weirdly connected. Girl, look out for 420, just in case some bullshit happens. I'll be
definitely gonna be looking out.
Lighting my sage and my bay leaves and shit like that. So,
Yeah, but we covered all the topics. Ew, I got a card.
What did the card say? Cards never lie.
All right, so we have, I'm going to read the universe has your back messages. So it's the first one says, I choose to love. I choose to learn through love. I choose to learn through love. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. That's like when you think about a way to relax yourself and then you're like, you know what, I could do this differently. Yeah. So when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. And then the last one says, my vibes speak louder than my words. And then I got you guys an affirmation. And this one is number 30. Ooh, my age. I am perceptive. My intuition is powerful. When I am unsure, my intuition is sure. I strengthen my intuition by trusting it and responding to its impulses. I am perceptive. We used the word perception earlier, didn't we? But anyways.
We did?
Because when we said, I said, you were saying something. I was like, based off of your perception. You was like, yeah, that word. And then now.
Yes.
And then now the affirmation we got was, I am perceptive. So that means, be perceptive out here in these streets, y'all. All right, that's it, guys.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This was a very informative show. We had a lot to catch up on. There was a lot of bullshit. These white folks going crazy. DMX passed away. Cops is losing their damn mind like they already been. So we just need some relief, and some, what's another R word? Reparations. Yeah.
Reparations, for real. Because I still want my 30 acres and a mule up in this. No, it's 40 acres. Reparations. I still want my 40 acres and a mule, motherfuckers. Nah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Peaches and Dream podcast. You want to do your outro?
See you next week. Don't forget to Be blessed, stay black, and fuck the police now more than ever. Oh my God.
For real. And like, comment, share, subscribe. We out. Bye, guys.